only one constant factor in politics. And that factor is called interest. And that's why in politics we don't have enemies. As long as the interest of enemies can converge together, then they'll always work together. Who would have imagined that President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga were going to work together just a few months after the last general election? 2017 general election was bitterly contested in this country. But President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga shocked the entire country by working together. Let me take you back a bit. In 2007, Mwai Kibaki, Raila Odinga, and Kalonzo Musyoka contested for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya. Raila Odinga won that election, but Mwai Kibaki refused to hand over power to Raila Amolo Odinga. Mwai Kibaki didn't manage to get enough numbers. So Mwai Kibaki reached out to Kalonzo Musyoka, and Kalonzo Musyoka provided Mwai Kibaki with the legitimacy he required to rule this country. And that's how Kalonzo Musyoka became the vice president of the Republic of Kenya. In 2002, Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka had supported Mwai Kibaki for the presidency. Then Mwai Kibaki betrayed them. So Raila Odinga had hoped that Kalonzo Musyoka was going to join him so that they could kick out Mwai Kibaki from office. Kalonzo Musyoka surprised Raila when he went and was appointed vice president by Mwai Kibaki. So from 2007 up to 2000, just before the general election in 2013, Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka were sworn enemies. But they surprised Kenyans when they came together and formed the CORD Alliance. So in politics, there are no permanent enemies. The only constant factor is interest. And again, let me take you back again. Raila Amolo Odinga and William Samoei Ruto were very good friends, politically speaking. Ruto supported Raila Amolo Odinga. They were part of the Pentagon in 2007 general election. Then after that election, they fell out. Raila Odinga had hoped that William Samoei Ruto was going to support him for the presidency in 2013. But William Ruto opted to support Uhuru Kenyatta. So between 2013 up to now, Raila Odinga and William Samoei Ruto have been sworn enemies. But from all indications, these two gentlemen are likely to work together, heading towards the 2022 general election. So in this video today, I want us to do a critical analysis of William Ruto and Raila Odinga's alliance ahead of 2022 general election. But before we do that, if you're watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Now let us get back to business. There is a possibility of Raila Odinga and William Ruto working together. Personally, I'm always convinced that it might not work in 2022. But there's possibility that these two gentlemen are going to work together. But there are two questions. What are some of the factors which can make them work together? And can they really work together? Let me begin by looking at some of the factors which can inform the move by these two gentlemen to work together. The first factor is numbers. The simple question is, Raila and Ruto, do they have the numbers which can count? Can Ruto bring numbers to Raila? And can Raila bring numbers to William Ruto? And can these numbers deliver presidency? Remember, in this country, for you to be declared the president-elect of the Republic of Kenya, there are two basic things you must meet. The first one is that you must get more than half of the votes. Basically, you need to get 50% plus one vote. Raila Odinga and William Ruto, in my considered opinion, can easily get the 50 plus 1 votes. Then the other thing you are required to do is to get 25% of the votes cast in at least half of the counties. We have 47 counties. So basically, you must get at least 25% in 24 counties. If you look at the strength of Raila and you look at the strength of Ruto, then these two gentlemen can easily deliver more than 30 counties. So they can meet that requirement. So when it comes to numbers, even the perception of numbers, Ruto and Raila can bring those numbers to the table. So that's the first factor, and they are meeting that. The second thing is the finance. Before any other thing, politics is a huge financial venture. You can be popular. People can love you. But do you have the ability to finance a campaign, a presidential campaign? Ruto has never managed a presidential campaign. Raila Odinga has managed presidential elections almost 3 times. And I always challenge people that for you to respect Raila Odinga, you just need to appreciate that this guy has financed 3 presidential elections, but is still strong. Ruto has proved in the past few years that he can actually finance and sustain a presidential campaign. What Ruto has done since 2017 up to now, no any other politician has ever managed to do. Sustaining members of parliament, sustaining campaigns, and traversing the entire country is a very expensive venture. So if you marry Ruto's finance and Raila Odinga's finance, then I think these guys can run one of the most lethal, heavily funded presidential campaigns ever witnessed in the Republic of Kenya. Of course, even Ruto and Uhuru, their presidential campaign was heavily funded, and you could feel it. Gideon Moi can finance a campaign, a presidential campaign. Musalia Mudavadi and Kalonzo Musyoka, I'm not so sure. But these two gentlemen can easily do that. So if their interests can converge, then they can easily raise money to finance the 2022 presidential elections. The third thing, which is also key, is the deep state. Do they have the ability to penetrate the deep state? Raila Odinga has always been respected in this country because he used to get intelligence. But the deep state still could not allow him to become the president of the Republic of Kenya. I don't want to talk about 2017 or even 2013. I'm talking of 2007, in which he won in broad daylight. But that victory was stolen because he didn't have the deep state. What about Ruto? Ruto has been in government. And of late, you can easily tell that he's a man who has deep roots through intelligence. But can the combination of these two guys scare the deep state? I want to tell you one thing. That the biggest headache the deep state have today is a possibility of William Ruto and Raila Odinga working together. That's the biggest headache because they don't know how they're going to deal with it. If Raila and Ruto were to work together, it would be very difficult for anybody to even attempt to rig them out because perceptually they have the numbers, they have the finance, they have the support. What else do you need? And number 4 is, can these two gentlemen put this country to a standstill when it is required? The only reason why Raila Odinga has always remained a strong candidate is because his supporters are always ready to do whatever he wants. If he calls them to the streets today, they'll easily go to the street. William Ruto has not played that kind of politics for a long time, but I'm certain that a combination of William Ruto and Raila Odinga can easily, because Ruto is a serious mobilizer. And personally, I always believe that Ruto can mobilize more than Raila Amolo Odinga. He's proactive. They can make this country to remain at a standstill for the longest time they want. But can this alliance work? Can Raila and Ruto join hands together and work as a team in 2022? In my considered opinion, these gentlemen can work. but not in 2022. Why do I believe so? Just two reasons. Number one is the choice of the presidential candidate. Who is likely to be their presidential candidate? If the constitution is going to be changed, then it can be good for them. One of them can decide to be the prime minister. But let us use the current constitution. Who can accept to be the presidential candidate? And can their supporters accept that one of them is not going to be the presidential candidate? That's one factor. William Ruto is currently the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. Constitutionally, he can't be a running mate again. He can only go up for the presidency. His team will be arguing that because he's the vice president or the deputy president, he's closer to power than Raila Odinga. But Raila Odinga supporters or Raila Odinga himself will also look at himself in the mirror and calculate his age. And Raila Odinga will not allow or will not accept to be the running mate to William Samoei Ruto. As a matter of fact, he can tell Ruto that wewe bado ni mchanga. You can wait. I serve my term, one term, then I can leave it for you. So I don't think these two gentlemen, either of them, will be willing to easily cede the grounds for the other to be the presidential candidate. But of course, the truth of the matter is that with the new constitution, one of them can easily accept to be the prime minister of the Republic of Kenya. But I doubt if they'll agree. Number two, why I think this alliance cannot work is the pressure from their allies. In William Ruto's camp, there are those extremists who've always made their politics by attacking Raila Odinga. If Raila Odinga were to join hands with Ruto today, where will their politics be? You come to Raila Odinga's side, there are also those extremists who have made their politics around William Samoei Ruto, and they're influential around Raila Odinga. Do you think these guys will easily allow Ruto to become a factor? Let me just take, for example, in Migori, there are people who are bitterly, or who are bitter with Obado, because they always believe that Obado ni mtu wa Ruto. So what will happen to their politics if today Raila and Ruto were to start working together? Obado will be right at the center of everything. But what about them? What will they be saying? So I don't think these guys will accept. And again, go to central Kenya. The allies of the deputy president will argue that if Raila Odinga were to join hands with Ruto, then it would mean Ruto losing central Kenya. Because the problem of central Kenya, perceptionally, is Raila Amolo Odinga. So the people of central Kenya, majority of them today, are supporting Ruto because Raila Odinga is emerging as a factor. So if Raila Odinga were to join hands with Ruto, it means some of these guys will easily go. Do you think Ruto can sacrifice the support he has from central Kenya just to allow Raila Odinga to become the presidential candidate? I don't think so. So in my considered opinion, these guys can work together. But I don't think they will work in 2022. I want to hear your thoughts on this. And again, please, I want a favor from you. Just give this particular video thumbs up. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Please, the crew, just give this video thumbs up. For those who can share it. And for those who are watching this channel for the first time, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day. Look, imeweza mabado leo. Okay. Bye bye.